Broadcast Hippo Digital Media.
Come on!
Broadcast Hippo Digital Media. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I don't know how important it is to see me because my camera is just.
I find it's rather unnecessary all the time.
All right. Well, then we'll just roll.
I disagree.
Really? So
I do.
It is 100% not important.
Okay, because saying coming from someone else that doesn't have. All right. So, okay, then I'm not going to worry about it because I keep trying to get out of the show and then come back in when it goes out because obviously the camera's there because I don't do anything and then it's there and then it's not there. So I don't know what the fuck is going on, but all right, we're just going to roll on. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Got so much to do. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning. Demetrius, like your little hatsy, so cute. And Chris Tiefel, you're you with your with your front part, your middle part. That's something. There's something there. And then of course there's Gina as well is here as well. I don't know where Donny is though.
You got a love affair going on. You got like a love affair going on with Demetrius. Demetrius gets, the cute little hat. You're so great. And Gina and I just get, you're there.
People, do you
you're
care?
Here too.
Do you care though? Do you?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Well, I mean, if they got something going on, I want to congratulate them.
You're good for Mark.
Crazy kids.
I know. All right. Hey, so two things. First off, Donny lost power yesterday. So he couldn't be on with us yesterday because of the storm. And here's the crazy thing is Colleen gets home yesterday and I wish I would have kept I think we did take a picture of it. I did take a picture of it. The neighbor's freaking tree fell over on our fence and our playground, our swing set. Big old tree, boom. And he hasn't even said anything. Like I don't even know if he's seen it. Like we haven't gone over there. He hasn't come over here. There's just his giant tree just laying on our yard, crushed our fence and is laying on our swing set. So I don't know what the protocol is there.
Call your homeowner's insurance.
Why mine? It's his. Why should I call him?
I mean, does homeowners insurance not work the same as if you have full coverage on your car? They'll deal with the other people for you.
No, because he didn't drive his house into somebody.
But no, I mean, don't they have?
Which is awesome for people with mobile homes.
Oh yeah,
they're like, I got two types of insurance. I got me the homeowners, and I me May state minimums.
No, I don't know. I've never had homeowners insurance, so does it not work similar in that sense where they actually will deal with the other person and whatever for you?
I wish we knew a guy that sold insurance that we could get on.
No, it is really funny watching like an insurance conversation happen in front of you, like you're not there. Like, you're just like, well.
I mean, you can't tell, Demetrius, but I've been staring at you this entire time.
Oh. So I got to take your word for that, Chris.
It's like Flo. It's like Flo at the beach. She's up with all her coworkers, and they're like, "We're not talking insurance today. We're not talking insurance."
Dude, I am the opposite of Flo. I am on the weekends. I will walk by a car accident and go, "Well, damn, that looks horrible. I wonder who you should call." All right, those are my tacos. Thank you. No.
So what do I do, Demetrius? The neighbor's tree has fallen in my yard and destroyed crap on my property. What do I do?
Okay. It has been my experience that it is their homeowner's insurance that is responsible because the tree was on their property.
Right.
You may be responsible for the cleanup, but if it's their tree that it crushed your fence and your playground set, I would go and talk to him. He should probably be on the phone with his insurance company. That's probably why he's waiting.
Okay. All right. Well, then we will see. Then I will follow up with that today. But I got home late last night. Colleen got home late, so we just noticed it. It happened yesterday. I guess yesterday morning. I don't even know when, man. I don't even know. I just see a giant tree in the yard.
I think your neighbors probably just like. I wonder if they'll notice.
Yeah.
Let's see how long. Let's see how long if they don't say anything and we don't say anything. Let's just see how long the tree's gonna sit there.
Yeah. Honey, when did you get this modern jungle gym?
That's real jungle. I don't know. It's very interesting, funny. We'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know. COVID out of control. I was watching CNN a little bit last night, and I caught this report, and I thought it was it's these fucks. It's these fucks that are fucking us all.
Have you been vaccinated?
No.
Why not?
Not going to.
Any particular reason?
God gave us natural immunities to everything.
Yeah.
Dude, come on now. Let's just be thankful he's not going to be here long. Come on. Like, for real.
No, but see, that's the problem is these people are the ones that end up living forever, and then they use that as confirmation for not having gotten vaccinated. Be like, yeah, I lived until I was 80, and everyone I knew that was vaccinated died at 78.
God gave us natural immunity.
It's like those people that are like, my great grandma drank and smoked their whole life and lived to be 95, and they're like 50 looking. She wasn't 95, bro. She was 40. You just couldn't tell.
Yeah, they weren't so good at the math back then.
No, they weren't.
See, why would you want to interfere?
You're an older man than I am. You're probably in the what the government would say is the risk category.
Well, who come up with that?
Oh God. Who come up with that? Who come up with that risk category? I don't know. Doctors and fucking scientists.
What's funny is this guy will go to the doctor, and the doctor will tell him he needs surgery, and he'll get the surgery. He'll let him open him up, mess with his organs, do all that stuff. Be like, I trust you, doctor. But the second the doctor says take a vaccine, he's like, I don't know.
Well, it's like, well, doesn't God take care of all that? Then you should never go to the doctor. I mean, if God's gonna take care, if this God's plan, everything's God's plan.
I love this man's worldview. I love it. I want to take that into everyday life. Like walk into the grocery store, grab a can of Campbell's soup and go, $2.29, who came up with that? I'm going to give you a nickel. You know,
and then walk through the line, D, and be like, God's going to take care of that.
Yeah. God is going to give you, God's going to give you my nickel, but I ain't paying the $2.29 because I don't know who came up with $2.29. 3 gallons of gas. I don't know who came up with that, but I'm gonna give you $1.50. I don't know if I could trust 3 gallons. That is what? No.
Somebody tried
2 wives.
Somebody tried to mug him. Like God protection. It just keeps on walking.
Like that's just. I love that shit. That's just who came up with that. I don't. What? Bill? Money.
Right,
who came up with that?
I'm gonna do that for everything. When my fucking landlord comes for rent, I'd be like, hey, who came up with that? I give you $10.
Yep, rent. I don't understand. What was that? Just some arbitrary number? Who came up with that? What?
You get into a car accident and exchange information, just write down God will take care of it and hand it to him.
Yep. I hit you. Who came up with that? Here's my card.
Oh, I cannot.
I love it. I mean, we should just stop being mad about it. People,
there's more.
That's the one thing.
Why is there more?
There's like 10 more seconds. Hold on.
The scientists and the doctors.
Yeah, who came up with it?
Who come up with that?
The scientists and the doctors.
Who told them to say that?
God, motherfucker, God!
What? How do you
God
battle
is
that?
taking care of it, you fucking idiot.
It's like when a kid says why after everything. It's like you can never answer that question. Well, why? Why? Okay, well, you have to because you're going to fall. Why? Well, because you're up high. Why? Because you're on a ladder. Why?
Yep. You know, it's so funny because they all go, you know, they go, God will take care of it. And then when they die, they're like, God, how come you didn't take care of COVID? And he's like, I did. I sent you doctors and fucking scientists, and none of you chose to listen. So I'm sorry.
I'm thinking that guy in the clip there is just waiting for the person interviewing him to say Fauci, just so that he can go into some rant.
I know. It's been fucking their brain. It's been brainwashed into their heads.
Who told them to say that?
even though it's the Trump vaccine, the doctors, the scientists.
That ain't a Trump vaccine. He did it to please everybody that put the pressure on him.
Who? They don't even know. They're so fucking stupid.
Yeah, Trump was in there with the test tubes.
I want these people. I want these people to have their own parking spots. I want them. I like handicapped and pregnant women. I want these people to have their, but not close to the store. I want them way back in the back of the parking lot where like chubby, unmotivated people should be. So
hey,
I'm feeling real attacked right now, Demetrius.
Honey, I feel like you're the most motivated person in the world, so don't feel attacked. You can go. That's not me. I'm motivated as shit. So, but like they should all have like special handicap parking with a big T like spray painted in the middle of it and extra long, so their truck beds with their flags can fucking nobody has to worry about hitting them.
Don't forget the truck nuts. Truck Nut America.
Truck Nut America. I got 10 more seconds.
Who says he got the shot? He got fixed up.
He got the shot. He got it in January, I think, before he left the...
I don't think he got the shot. I think he got some stuff to make him better.
Like a vaccine.
Like a shot. He got some stuff to make him better. It's a vaccine, you dick. Say it. Say it.
Why do we have to start our morning with this much stupid?
Yeah, and that's what I love about it is people with the argument about your immunity system. The entire point of the vaccine is to bolster your immunity system. We're not getting rid of it.
Bolstering, Chris.
But but they act like the vaccine is there to replace your immune system.
God don't need no booster shot. God, the only booster shot God needed was Jesus, and we haven't needed another one of them for 1,000 years. That's right, you sons of bitches. That's right. God's vaccine builds up anti-demon bodies.
So anti-demon bodies. This dude. Okay, so we get vaccines for rubella and smallpox and whatever the fuck, but we can't have it for I don't even understand stupid logic. Like, how do you even play in that pool? How do you swim in that pool of stupid?
I know it's going to be a good show when Andrew starts out with this fuck.
I just don't understand it though. And then it's like, okay, well, this is my rights to not get a vaccine. My rights to not wear a mask. Well, can you drive? Is it your right to drive drunk then? Is it your right to not wear a seatbelt? Is it like, how far do you take this dumb logic? It's just so easily it's so easily refutable. Like, I don't know. I can't, man. I can't. God sent scientists and everyone listened to asinine politicians. Exactly. These people are listening to failed TV stars and fucking...
What's his name? What the fuck's the Florida dude's name? DeSantis, yes.
Yeah.
My To where he's even saying you can't wear a mask. So my kid's going to school. You're 12 and under. You can't even issue a mask. The one thing they can't get a vaccine. The one thing they can do is wear a mask. You can't even.
There's a school district in Florida defying it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and he's suing them. He's suing the school over them trying to protect their students. Like, do you know how evil and white that is? That is some shit out of a Dr. Seuss movie. That is like, and then he stumbles across a sick child who would have been, and then that child melts his heart and it becomes 3 times bigger. And then he gives back Christmas to the Who's. Like what the shit?
Like, I feel like if you find yourself being the evil guy in the 80s movie about to close down the mountain, like, you should just, like, take a step back and just reevaluate what you're doing.
Dude, reassess what you're doing, man. I can't. Oh, my God. Anyway, so just...
Dude, I love it. I'm starting to put colored stickers on people who are unvaccinated shit that I like. I'm like, I like that car. Boom. There we go. That'll be mine once it hits probate. Boom. Okay. All right.
I can't stand you.
Bam. Man, that's a nice sweater. You think you're not gonna stretch that out by the time? Oh, where the hi.
Yeah. Look at all that cuteness.
Okay. I don't. It's upstairs in your room. Stop.
What did you take away from him?
Because of you.
No, he's getting read the riot act.
I know.
You're in big trouble, D.
What'd you take, D? What'd you take?
I moved his pop from the downstairs upstairs so the dog wouldn't get it, and now I'm getting yelled at for moving it in a safe space so that it wouldn't get chewed up by the tornado dog. And he is mad at me for looking out for him. That is my life. Literally,
that's the type of kid that's going to wake up and not want a vaccine.
Like,
that's what that is.
Like common sense that you just avoid.
If that's the case,
who told him that? Who told you to do that?
Who told him? Who told you to move the pop? Who told you?
I will tell you this: he will wake up twice. Once not wanting the vaccine, and then another one a little groggy after having it.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I said I didn't want the vaccine, and then I took a nap. I don't know what happened.
Hey, is anyone changed? Like for me, ever since COVID, about a year and a half ago, I don't take showers daily anymore. Like I used to be a very religious thing. Like every day I would have to take a shower. Now I'll go a day. Don't even.
I mean, it depends on what I do and what I have to do that day. Like
but
if I have to be in.
All right.
Yeah, because if I go and I get really sweaty, like if I'm like doing stuff and I get sweaty and I have to take a shower. Yes.
I thought you were talking about soda.
Me too. What were you talking about?
The little pop figures.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. So I don't find myself, but before religiously, it was ingrained in me every day I would take a shower. But now since COVID, I would go a couple days out. Now, even I'm back in my real life, I take one every other day.
See, that's so crazy. It just takes a year and a half to break you. That is crazy.
Of a life.
Why is that broken though? I don't feel
that
like does he know if he knows if he needs a shower?
Look, okay,
can you smell yourself?
Yeah, I can. Do
you guys know that you can take there is such thing as being too clean. Like you can't your body it has natural bacteria on it to fight things like yeast and things like that. So it's not
okay, thong cave.
This is out of a doctor's mouth.
Shaving your armpit hair. Okay, that's fine.
That's not even remotely the same, D.
If you want to embrace that and try to discover fire again and cook meat.
D,
we're not talking about going weeks, D. We're talking about going maybe 12 more hours than we did.
Hold on.
That kind of thing.
You could be too clean and you could be too vaccinated. I don't want to be too vaccinated.
Jesus.
So fun fact, when Bella was little, I bathed her every day because she's my kid and my first kid, and I wanted to keep her clean. And she got terrible yeast infections under her arms, and it would like skin would break. So I took her to the doctor, and she said, "Are you bathing her every day?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Prepubescent kids need to be bathed twice a week. Like you don't, unless they're visibly dirty, there's no reason, because you're destroying all the good bacteria on her skin." So that's out of it. And if you and there's the Google, if you don't believe me, there's always the Google that takes 30 seconds. You don't have to bathe every day.
But the Google is where the anti-vaxxers are getting all their information, though.
No, it's not. That's from social media.
See, I don't wash my hair every day, but I do wash my body.
Yeah, I definitely shower. I don't wash my hair. I only wash my hair like maybe twice a week because otherwise it gets like really, really dry.
Good, D.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You know what? I didn't wash my hair every day, and look what the fuck happened to me. I'm just saying. All I'm saying right now is, people, clean your asses. Do you know why everybody's so crazy? Because crazy seeps in through the skin if you don't wash it once a day. That's right. Trump seeps in through your skin. Anti-vaxxing seeps in through your skin. You got to scrub that with one of those furry koosh ball thingies that you put body wash in. Scrub crazy. You can feel crazy scrubbing off of you. Do you know why they say women? It's always best when a woman is mad that she takes a nice, calm, relaxing hot bath. You know why? Because she just. Why? Because the crazy just seeps out of her, and then she unplugs it, and you could just hear all the crazy go down the drain.
See, I don't know if I believe that because Colleen takes a lot of baths, and there's a lot of crazy there.
Oh,
dude, you need a bigger tub.
I love both of you, and this is sad that this is going to be the last time I see both of you alive because Kara and Colleen are waiting outside of the rooms you're in now.
There is nothing offensive about
Colleen
that.
hasn't thrown a shoe at him yet.
She's still sleeping.
She can't because she's soaking.
Hey, Gina, turn your mic up a little bit. You're a little low. All right. Josh says homeowners insurance is very specific. Generally, if it doesn't happen to the actual house itself, you're SOL. Then he says I was wrong. Brenda says it's not natural immunity. It's called natural selection. Bye, Felicia.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Z and his once a week failing camera issues. I know.
Just unhook the camera at this point.
Anti-vaxxers get their info off WebMD. Spoiler: everything in life ends with cancer on that website. All right, I get a couple of things. First off, if you're watching the show, please share the link, share it on your page. Say, hey, this is what I'm checking out. I got to say hi to Todd White. Todd White is a cool dude. He came up to me about 5 days ago, and he's a biker guy, like a big, tough biker guy. And he's like, hey, you're cool. You are cool. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And he says, I listen to the podcast all the time. He said, I drive for UPS and I drive up to Detroit and listen to you guys. Demetrius is hilarious. I love the show. I listen every single week. And I told Todd that I would give him a mention on the show this week.
Hi, Todd.
Todd White, who's watching, or he listens to the podcast. He doesn't watch it live because he's driving, but
I want to get Demetrius a T-shirt that says "Don't feed the ego."
He's got his ego humbler right there. He's in the room.
I know.
With him.
Do you not understand? I have 3 people in this house whose job it is just to tell me I ain't shit. That is their entire job.
He just got basically disciplined by a 5-year-old for moving something.
He's so cute. D, are you trying to get him back in the swing of things because school's coming up? Like early bed, early rise thing?
No, we're doing like we're doing it like California used to do their prison system. It's going to be like shock probation. Like he's just going to wake up one day and be out. And we don't want to talk about it a lot. It just drives him deeper and deeper into this psychosis.
Look, I don't think that I'm one to baby my kids, but one thing that I do, I really annoys me is how they go back so early. I would rather have them stay in school a couple extra weeks and go back after Labor Day. Like this whole it's 90 degrees.
Yeah.
I don't know why this society wants to get rid of summer so quickly. Why do we want to get rid of everything? Like we want to get rid of Thanksgiving and go right to Christmas. Like
nobody's trying to cancel Thanksgiving, dude.
They're trying to.
That's not happening. This is. So
I
annoying.
disagree. I know a couple of Native Americans who that probably isn't their favorite holiday.
Yep, I give you that. But it's not. There's no commercial aspect to Thanksgiving, so you don't see stuff come out in October because there's nothing to sell for Thanksgiving. Like
Friday.
The little Thanksgiving section is up in October.
But what you're not understanding is that we are pushing Christmas, so we are pushing the Christmas marketing so early now. It is.
I know,
Halloween. Halloween shit was out 2 weeks ago.
I was gonna say I've only seen Halloween.
I understand Halloween. Everything is. That's what I'm saying.
We're trying to get rid of Labor Day because we already put Halloween stuff out.
Thank you.
That was saying that to be dumb. I was being facetious.
No, but it's not dumb though. We're trying to push everything.
Labor Day a sacred holiday for you, Andrew?
No, we're trying to shorten summer.
Your Union forefathers.
We're trying to bring Halloween out already. It's all just too. Come on,
we're trying to cancel
disrespectful.
Summer.
Live for today. Stop canceling summer.
But it's not canceling. So the earlier they start, then that means that's the more days they can take off during the year in case snow emergencies happen. They have.
No
to be
one's
in
having.
school
They're not having snow emergencies anymore. The COVID and this is probably the thing I feel sorry for kids the most about is COVID has totally taken snow days away. There is no longer a need for children to stay home from school. Guess what? When there's a snow day, you just flip open that laptop, buddy, and guess what we're doing? So, I mean, it is what it is, and
I don't
frankly,
think they'll do that if they're back in full school full time though, because there's like a lot of setup involved. For instance, with TPS, they're not going to let kids take Chromebooks home now. Like that's not the thing. So it's not like you can just expect the kids to yeah, because not all kids have internet. During COVID, Buckeye was doing the internet and TPS was supplying hotspots. They're not going to just send home hotspots and Chromebooks forever. I mean,
when did they come out and say that?
What?
That they weren't going to do that.
They're not. Know that that's not what they're going to do. If they're back in person, they're not going to do that.
But they'll send Chromebooks home. I mean, they prove that they have the ability to.
Even if they send the Chromebooks home, they're not going to pay for the hotspots for a couple of possible days a week.
We don't know.
They don't have the money for that. Like I don't.
Oh, there's a lot of money sitting at the. Well, there is. The Toledo has to use it some way or another.
What I'm saying to you is that they're not going to take all those precautions just so there can't be a couple of snow days. It's just not going to happen. It's just.
They put kids in debt for lunches and said that we can't just provide free lunch for everybody. And then during this whole COVID thing, what have they been doing? Providing free lunch for everybody.
Everybody a free lunch.
So, I mean, the money's there. It's just whether or not they choose to spend it on the right things.
They're not going to spend that much money on the chance that there might be 3 days of school that they miss. That's not happening. That's not going to be a thing.
We'll see.
And then my whole fucking computer crashes. It's not a cheap computer. These motherfuckers.
He applies the same principle to his computers as he does his cars. He's going to spend a certain amount of money. That's it, and he gets what he gets.
I need a $50 computer.
That's right.
No, that's facts, D. That's 100% accurate.
$50
I need a computer that does $1,000 worth of shit, but I need it for $50.
Yep. Cashland, where you at? Okay, a couple things. One is I was at a Clay Center I was in Clay Center last weekend, which is a small town. Genoa is the big city to Clay Center. Genoa is like that's where they go. That's where they go to shop and do the big city stuff. That's how small Clay Center is. So they had their 150th anniversary celebration. Like they've been around 150 years. They had a big carnival. And I'm there with the food truck. This one girl comes up to me and I'm like, "Hey, what do you do?" And she's like, "Oh, I was running the Tilt-A-Whirl." I'm like, "Oh," I said, "So what part of the world are you from?" Or and she says, "I'm from here in Clay Center." I'm like, "Well, I'm confused. So you're back home?" She goes, "No." She goes, "They put a call out to see if anyone wants to see if any volunteers want to help with the rides." And I'm like, "Really?" I said, "Oh, I thought they travel with them. I guess a certain amount do, but then a certain amount, I guess they get local. I didn't know that." And I asked her, I said, "So is a volunteer? Do you pay?" She goes, "I don't know. They said come back Sunday. We'll see. It's a pretty shady operation. I don't know if I'm going to get paid or not." And then I said, "So you're running the Tilt-A-Whirl?" I said, what kind of training does that take? I mean, that must have been a few days training. She goes, I showed up. They said, here's the on button, here's the off button. And the dude walked away.
Yeah. See, I don't know if I want to ride the Tilt-A-Whirl with the employee that isn't 100% certain that they're getting paid.
I'm like, how do you know how long to run it for? She goes, I run it for like 2 minutes. Blew my mind and made me never want to go on carnival rides ever again. I thought at least the toothless guy, I thought at least he ran him every day. Like he
really? That guy couldn't take care of his teeth. What made you think he could sit through a training class? There's like for real.
But just for running it every day, you have to have some sort of you at least know the ticks of the ride. I mean, you get pulled up on the street. They said, "Here's the on, here's the off. Go for it," and then walk away. You're like, "Whoa!"
If shit goes sideways, here's the outlet. Just yank the cord right out of the outlet. That's how I do my computer. Like it fixes. I just unplug it from everything, and then I plug it back in, and it seems to work. But if the green and the red button don't work, or if the green button starts flashing, just unplug it from the wall.
But doesn't that surprise everybody that she didn't get more training than just here's the on button, here's the off button, and walk away?
I mean, if she like did the setup, I would be concerned. But if she's just pushing a button, like I mean, I don't think it's a great idea, but I'm not overly concerned. But if she was like, "Oh, I built the tilt-a-whirl," like I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
like they just had to do some directions and rolled out.
Yeah, like they just I showed up and there was just a pile of metal and rings and bolts,
and
they were like, they didn't tell me what it was. They made me figure it out what it was supposed to. I don't even know if this is supposed to be the tilt-a-whirl. This could be like Motion Ocean, and I just put this bitch together and turned it into a tilt-a-whirl. Oh, by the way, there's like 70 other bolts and screws that I just couldn't find a place for sitting over here.
No, those are extra.
So
just in case you lose one.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're very kind. The Carnival people are very kind. They put extra screws and bolts there just in case you need a couple extra.
Yeah. I didn't have an Allen wrench, so I did what I could with them.
Yeah. So next time you go to the Carnival, just remember the girl running it
volunteer
showed where the on-off switch was, and then Stu just rolled out to go get some more meth.
Is that how all volunteer programs work? Should I be a little suspect when firemen show up at my door who are just like, what? They just drove a truck by and went, "Who wants to put out a blaze?" And dudes from the bar just filed out. Hold
on. Water on, water off. There you go. See you later.
So I feel like that's how small towns actually do it.
It's all volunteer force. That's their pride and joy right there.
That's right. All right. A couple things. Good news. Were you a Friends fan? The show Friends.
I like the show.
Show Friends. Well, guess what? Ross and Rachel. There rumors they're dating in real life right now. After all,
Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer.
It was his turn.
And she's gone through Brad Pitt. She's got plowed by every hot one, and he's the friend that just it actually works for him. Usually the friend hangs around and watches this girl that he's in love with gets plowed by every dude imaginable, and it never gets his turn. It is actually his turn.
He is real life Ross. That is his real life. He is real life. He has watched every guy, and then finally Phoebe was like, "He's her lobster."
So congratulations to those two. Those two
fresh
people.
Reference.
Here's another one. Benifer, J-Lo and Ben Affleck have been viewing an $85 million estate once owned by Bob Hope. So are they're looking at houses together? I mean, this thing's moving very quickly. Although here's the problem. Here's the problem with fucking Ben Affleck.
How long did they date before? Because I feel like it's not moving very quickly. This is like. Didn't they date for a long time before?
Yeah, I don't know how long. A couple of years, I think, probably.
I don't know that I would count this as quickly.
But if I'm Alex Rodriguez,
there's like 6 other dudes between that.
If I'm Alex Rodriguez, though, I'm like, fucking Ben Affleck is the dude that hangs around and that she calls when we're going through problems and is like, girl, that dude, he just doesn't treat you right. He doesn't treat you like he's been sabotaging in this whole fucking relationship.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Don't doubt that. Believe it when like he was a huge cause of the breakup when he was like, Look, Jennifer, I am very tired of every time we get into a fight, you text the Ben Affleck.
Yep.
I am not very happy. Every time he take your side, he never say, maybe A-Rod has a point. No, he never say that. You know he said? He go, fuck A-Rod. If A-Rod really love you, A-Rod really do these things for you. You know what, baby? I show up every day for you. But the Ben just tell you I'm a big piece of cheat.
Exactly. He's that dude. He's the dude that just he sabotaged the whole thing. And
I'm pretty sure that A-Rod fucking with other women is what sabotaged the whole relationship.
I know, but A-Rod wasn't.
You guys are blaming her for him cheating.
But A-Rod wasn't able to spin it like he would have been able to spin it like guys do. But she had Ben Affleck there going, girl, he gonna do it again. You're gonna keep falling for this.
J-Lo. There's about a million Ben Afflecks out there that are gorgeous and have money. And she could have dated, and A-Rod went out and cheated on her. I am so fucking happy. You know what? Dude, I keep telling you guys what happened. This is what happened. I'm telling you, this is the female perspective that you guys need right now. She and Ben were friends, and A-Rod kept throwing up in her face. Oh, go call Ben. Why don't you call Ben? Go call Ben. So then A-Rod goes out and sticks his dick in some other girl. And she's like, you know what? Now I'm going to call Ben, you fucking asshole. So she called Ben.
I agree.
With Ben to get back at A-Rod. And it's not either Ben or Jennifer's fault. It's A-Rod's fault for cheating on her.
Look, I guarantee like there was a point where all of Jennifer's exes have gotten on the phone with A-Rod. And like Mark Anthony was the first one. He was like, this is Mark Anthony. You know, A-Rod, you have a very legitimate point about what is going on between that bitch and that dude. Every day it was Bennifer, texting, giggling, selling memes. It was bullshit. We got babies together. And A-Rod's like, I know, man. She disrespect me all the time. Monday to Thursday, every day with the Ben Affleck. And then like 4 other boyfriends called. He's got a fucking support group. I guarantee it.
Well, then I guess if he was that pressed and there are that many dudes waiting in the wings, maybe he should have kept his dick to himself.
A J-Lo X support group. What are they having to like rent out a hall? Like what are we doing here? Like they're not in somebody's living room.
There's a huge poster of Ben Affleck with a cross, with an X over his face, because he was the cause of everything. Everything was going great
every year they're having to get a bigger and bigger space.
Yeah,
eventually Ben will be part of it.
But you can tell Ben is that type of fucking guy. I can just tell. I can just see it. I know it.
Why? Because he's good looking.
No, he's just weaselly. He's just
dude, he's the kind of guy who's like shows up and wants to party with you, and like he pretends to be your friend, and all the while he's whispering to your girl what like a big piece of shit you are, and you're like, and you're like, Ben's cool, and then all of a sudden your girl packs her bags and she's like, you're like, hey, where are you going? I thought everything was going great, and she's like, I've been talking to Ben. Ben says that you're just not good for me. You're holding me back from my dreams. I didn't know I had dreams. And Ben told me I had dreams. And so he said he's gonna support and love and do these things as long as I rub his balls. So I'm gonna leave.
Well, I'm gonna give you another example. He's been on the phone with DC Comics for a decade. He's been like, that Batman, I think that was a bad move. And they're like, Ben's giving us advice on the best Batman, blah, blah, blah. And then finally Ben's like, maybe I should just do it. They're like, maybe Ben should just fucking be Batman. He's been setting the groundwork for DC Comics for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
Well, if DC Comics stuck their dick in another show, then maybe.
They did several times.
Yes, and each time they were disappointed. And Ben was like, look, baby, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be a different kind of Batman. I'm going to be a Batman that will love and respect you. And they were like, well, guess what? we're sorry, Christian Bale, but we're going to go with Ben Affleck because Ben Affleck said he was going to be nice to us and be a good, better Batman than you were. And then so DC commits to him and he puts out this shit Batman and they're like, oh, you were the worst Batman ever, but you tricked me, Ben Affleck.
George Clooney was the worst Batman ever.
All right. And then let's see. O.J. Simpson refuses to visit Los Angeles because he's afraid he'll end up sitting next to whoever did it.
He will if they put him at a table of one.
or he goes to the carnival with the House of Mirrors.
Yeah. He sits to the guy next to the guy who did it every day. He sits next to him. He's like, man, I feel like somebody here committed murder.
Okay. Dude.
Did I tell you what though? It's got to be making being a parent a little bit easier when you tell your kids to get home at a certain time.
Don't make Dad mad.
Yeah.
All right. It's we have a hard out at 7:30. Jeannie's got a hard out at 7:30. So let's get into Ebenezer Bushrod's WTF news.
All righty. Well, we're opening up today with a man that is facing charges for tattooing a minor. There's
like a guy who digs coal.
No, like a child.
Oh.
And he there was a viral video out, and the Lawrence County Police were tagged in the video of this man tattooing a child. But the kicker of it is he's doing it inside of a McDonald's dining room.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
He was tattooing a child inside the dining room of a McDonald's.
Wow.
On there, which I would have thought an employee might have spoken up at some point, but apparently not. So the guy's
for $9.95 an hour. I ain't speaking up for shit. You want to fucking tattoo your own kid with whatever fucking Space Jam toy you got out of the Happy Meal box? That's on you.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I don't care what goes on here. I don't make enough money to be the police. Yeah. I don't
and that's exactly how they said it too. I don't make enough money to be the police.
Fuck out of here.
So,
what else?
All right. Well, Utah's governor is under a little bit of having a little bit of criticism thrown his way, and it's not about the state's response to the coronavirus or the fact that they're lifting up restrictions and stuff despite the Delta variant going around. It's because apparently people aren't a fan of his last name. He received a note recently that basically said, because of your reluctance to change your foul, dirty, and obscene surname. By the way, his last name is Cox. Me and thousands of other Utahns will be sitting in protest, not standing, because they're Utahns, until you change your heinous surname to something less offensive. This apparently there are people in Utah that find his last name of Cox to be offensive, and they want to recall him because of this, unless he decides to change it.
He should change it to cunts. 100%. He should just change it to cunts. That would be way funnier.
You hear about
the French spelling? That way you could see it on checks and it'd be awesome.
Did you hear about there was a guy, the last election, because we always talk about the Republican shenanigans, like with the Trump shit and whatever. Well, there's another Trump offshoot of people down in Florida, as we know. It's a big Trump area. These guys changed his, I wish I knew the whole story, but changed his name to be like the same name as a Democrat running, to pull votes away so that this other person could slip in. So they got him on the ballot, but they thought, to make them think that they're voting for the other guy, but instead it was voting for this guy. And it's just the whole name thing is just very interesting to me. Anyway, I wish I knew the whole story.
Hold on. Oh no, we don't have time.
Looking back,
Andrew, can I tell you? Looking back on that, I wish you knew the whole story too. That was that.
Or I wish I would have. I wish I could rewind 60 seconds and not even have brought it up. All right, go ahead, Chris.
What the story he's thinking about was out of Florida. They purposely put a candidate, an opposing candidate, the local Republican Party purposely put a candidate on the ballot that had a similar name to the Democratic candidate, and to try to pull votes away on him. It's actually under investigation right now for manipulation.
See, Chris knows this. Why'd you let me hang out there like that?
Oh, because that was way fun to watch you, just like to listen to you.
Chris knew the goddamn story.
Then there was like this guy, and then he had the same name as this other guy, and then there was the story where they tried to run an election.
Wait! Hold on, I gotta start over.
And then hold on. He was eating a crayon. He was running and eating a crayon at the same time.
Motherfuckers.
Australia has taken an interesting, if not out of character step, and they've banned a beer on there. There the beer.
B-E-E-R, beer.
Yeah. Yes, they banned a beer.
Singular beer.
The particular brand of beer. This particular beer from Howler Brewing Company. It includes an ingredient called Milo, which is like a powdered Nestle drink that's popular in Australia and Southeast Asia. So it's a chocolate stout, and apparently the packaging is very similar to the Milo packaging. And apparently a child mistook it to be chocolate milk and drank it. So upon hearing this complaint, the commission that governs over these sort of things in Australia decided you're no longer allowed to market that beer until you change the packaging.
Are we really sure that sense? Really? Because are we really sure that Australian babies don't drink beer? I mean,
I'll tell you what.
They throw shrimp on the Barbie and have
how did you live in a country, in a continent where dingoes could run off with you? Like, come on, you don't think these babies are living a little hard and fast?
So they had, but I mean, you go to Walmart and they got that Fabuloso cleaner that looks like it's freaking fruit punch, and the packaging doesn't even negate that. Like, it looks like it's fruit punch. Like they had to put a warning on it somewhere.
In the cleaning section and says cleaning on it.
It's Walmart. They mix stuff all the time.
Yes, right. Yes, with the fruit punch. And,
well, if my kids go grocery shopping and they pick up Fabuloso on accident, I will go ahead and sue them.
Yeah, but no, this wasn't the kid getting in the store. It was at his home in the fridge. The kid picked it out from there. So I mean,
why did they keep the cleaner in the fridge though? I feel like there's a parent dropping the ball
this seems like a parent problem.
This isn't a packaging problem.
Yeah, it isn't like, oh, I can't believe Fabuloso. What did they put? Delicious on the packaging? No, they didn't. It was in the cleaning section, and then some dumbass parent put it in the fridge, and then your dumbass kid just drank it without reading it. Like, honestly, this doesn't seem like that's the first time that's ever happened in that house.
Hello, yes, I come from a line of dumb fucks.
Yeah. Thank God.
Comet cleaner on top of their brownies. Like, it looked like powdered sugar.
Yeah, it looked like it smelled like asshole, but it looked like powdered sugar. It was.
My mother was a dumb fuck. My daddy was a dumb. My grandfather was a dumb fuck. So I'm a dumb.
We come from a long line of dumb fuckery. It is. Eventually, this line will end as soon as one of us drinks something we shouldn't.
Like Fabuloso.
All right, and last but not least, out of the UK. Right now, Ian Slattery, a 67-year-old retired man, got sentenced to a 6-year sentence for bank robbery. But the problem with that is he's accused of trying to rob 3 banks within 2 weeks.
What's a brank?
Yes, I realized I did.
Is that even illegal?
What the fuck is that? Can you rob 3 branks? I mean, I've seen I've seen somebody like talk about it once, but I was like, dude, that seems crazy to want to rob 3 banks at the same time. like
bank.
Are they like close together?
The
Can
blue,
you like
black
walk
bug.
from one bank to another bank?
Yes.
It
And
was the Australian baby after he drank the beer. Like, I'm gonna go
Yes.
rob a bank.
I'm gonna go rob a bank. And they were like, "Boy, look at that baby. That baby's fucking crazy.
He's robbing a bank. Well, it's just
He's talking about robbing a bank.
and he looks bloody drunk.
Well, first on March,
He came
18th,
into this bank riding a fucking tarantula.
Riding a tarantula. Would it be a kangaroo?
Mm-mm.
Oh no!
That is how badass this baby is. He fucking came in riding a fucking tarantula.
Oh.
Oh, I can't.
He
right,
said,
so
"Give
he-
me all your bank stuff."
All right, so,
I don't know what you carry at Branks, but give them all.
so,
This shit seems valuable. Put it all in the fucking bag.
so he walks into a bank on March 18th and he hands over a note to the tellers. The note says, "Your screens won't stop what I've got. So hand over everything in the drawer." The problem with that was his handwriting was so illegible.
Rising,
His handwriting was so illegible. Was so illegible.
And rising in the bank. I'm hand rising in the bank.
It's
Hand
an Irish
rising.
drinking song now.
So the handwriting was so illegible that the cashier was unable to read it. When they challenged him on it, he ended up leaving empty-handed. So then he tried again at another bank. And he had learned his lessons from the first time and had used a legible note this time. And he walked away with about 2,400 pounds of money. And so,
2,400 pounds of money. He was like, I need 2,400 pounds of money. Put it on this bag, which I put on the scale.
You know what?
2,400 pounds. I need exactly. That's how much my bills come in. They were like, you need to send us 1 pound of monies. And
while police were,
while you have to say pounds, we know it's money. Just so you know.
I don't know that everybody knows that it's money. I don't know that everybody knows. People are idiots.
2,400 pounds of butter.
Yes. No, 24. What are pounds? Well, I don't know.
You guys gotta go.
He hasn't mastered the comma yet.
So while the police were investigating the second bank robbery where he actually got money, they got a call.
2,400 pounds of it.
Exactly.
There you go. They got a call that a third bank had been robbed as well, but this time he had also used an illegible note and was unable to walk away with any money from that one. They finally caught up with him at his address.
Bag full of money, 2,400 pounds of it, just down the street asking for help.
That's a strong ass dude.
Right? They were just like, "You're really just going to carry 2,400 pounds of money out of here?" He was like, "Fuck yes, I am."
You laugh, but during all that stuff in Minneapolis, there was a guy who actually stole an ATM machine. Like, he just grabbed it and started going, and there's pictures of him trying to get it onto a city bus.
Oh my god!
On there, which is just hilarious to me.
Okay,
that is Ebenezer Bushrod's WTF News. Thank you, Chris Tiefel. Demetrius Nicodemus. If you need an insurance quote, go see him at Liberty. And of course,
we're right in the lobby of the Brank Bench.
And of course, Gina from Gabellanita.
Words are hard this morning.
Bellanita.
We all drank that Fabuloso. Just kidding. Do not drink Fabuloso, you guys. Just kidding.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see
Bye.
you.
I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media. Come on!